It is from your darling station, Independent Television, ITV, and your program of choice this morning on ITV. We say good morning to you, our team and viewers out there. We are here in Mpape Hill here in Abuja, broadcasting live this 23rd day of June 2022. And you know, ITV is certainly the best. It is another Thursday when we come to you with your program, my program, our program, the spirit of modern Nigeria beckoning on all children of the system to be our faithful, loyal, and devoted participants in the processes of nation building, nationalism, and you. And as it is the practice on this platform, we take our article of faith. Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call, obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace, and unity. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity and uphold her honor and glory. So help me God. So help you God. And so help us God. Yes, that is what it ought to be. Nothing is good enough than a total devotion, total loyalty, serving with all our strength, with all faithfulness to achieve set goals of national development, nation building, national unity, and the collective good and happiness of our people. It is on this platform this morning we will be browsing through some of the events within the week. The Ekiti governorship election held on Saturday has come and gone. Winners declared, runner-ups also declared. Mr. Biodun Oyebanji of the APC won the election with 187,057 votes. He was followed distantly by the SDP, Social Democratic Party candidate, Mr. Oni, who was also followed by BC Kolawole of the PDP, with 82,000 and 67,000 respectively. However, Mr. Oni is raising an issue of outrageous monetization of the money of the election. He actually accused the APC of having impoverished Nigerians to the extent that their money to buy votes cannot be resisted by citizens. But the fact is, did SDP also play the game of monetization in some certain degrees? The PDP, did they play the same games of monetization of the electoral processes? Did they bribe voters? Well, if it so happened that none of the political party is free from giving out as little as 500, if you give out 500 to buy vote and another give 2,000 and another give 10,000, I want to tell you in a vivid manner that you are all guilty of the same thing. You are all guilty of the same thing. SERAP, Social, Economic Rights and Accountability Project, called on INEC to prosecute the three leading political parties for the issue of monetization, vote buying, which means none of the political parties, maybe those political parties that, but the SERAP spoke vehemently about the necessity to prosecute the three frontline political parties. The implications of this is that we are not behaving right. Votes are not to be bought. Voters are not to be bribed. I spoke about a certain members of the Japanese parliament that bribed voters for his wife to become a senator, and he was jailed for 15 years. Are we correcting our system? Have we come to accept monetization of electoral process as a way of life in Nigeria? It seems nobody is concerned about those things, even when they are reported, even when our security forces witness some of those practices. It doesn't seem to matter to them. Are we tilting towards being a lawless country? Is our senses of right and wrong good enough? From primaries election to governorship election to presidential election, should we accept it as a way of life to continue to monetize our electoral system? Do we know that such practices are making our democracy so dirty and our system so dirty and inspiring the spirit of do or die in aspirants? Why such level of desperacy? Why can't we, as a people, as leaders, as government, be vehement to correct these abnormalities? Could this be worth its face value? Is it worth to be called democracy if all we do is to buy votes, buy people's consciences? Of course, most of them actually have no strength to resist such monetization because they are absolutely impoverished. We must wake up to the reality of correcting the system and make our democracy to serve us effectively to what all that has been expended, both in terms of material and human life that were wasted in the search for enduring democracy. That is about that Ekiti election, but in the spirit of sportsmanship. The winner, Mr. Biodun Oyebanji, congratulations to you. We should be concerned to get our democracy structured in such a way that even those who don't have money but have what it takes to contribute meaningfully to nation's building should be able to contest favorably with every other persons. Moving away from there, a contentious issue of denial, deprivations of entitlements of justices at the Supreme Court and lack of reviews of judges or justices' salaries by consent institution for more than 14 years were the issue that came to fore within this week. As those issues were being discussed in various media houses, television houses, and newspapers, even on social medias, I want to say it insults the sensibilities of many Nigerians, including myself. Our learned people, the justices and the judges, should this kind of a thing be coming to the public, what ought to be an internal memo came to the fore. Yes, they have the right to agitate for their entitlements, for the upward reviews of their salaries. But one issue that came up also was the accusation by the justices of the Supreme Court against the CJN. That particular one insulted the sensibilities of Nigerians, because judiciary ought to be the mirror at which the society look at themselves in such a way that is befitting. I always say this, that when you have a corrupt judiciary, it is an express way to anarchy, and it can also lead to national disintegration. But if our judiciary are cultured and built in such a way that they mirror the integrity, the morality, the senses of right and wrongs of society, and the dispenses justice timely and worthily, what you will have is a serenely peaceable society. And that is the picture and the image we want to continue to have and cherish about our judiciary. Whatever led to that altercations and protests in the Supreme Court concerning deprivations of traveling for workshops, international conferences, and the rest of it, they said about 3 of them has been suspended by the current CJN. Then I also ask, at this level of our national development, why we do not rule out interaction and interface with international judicial systems. At this time of our national life, shouldn't we be reculturing our judiciary and doing our own training at home? Are those training actually for training purposes? Are they positively impactful on our judiciary and our national judiciary and services delivery? Or they are for the benefits that are accruable in such travelings? All of these are some of the things we must take into consideration and situate appropriately as people. Well, that issue should be resolved timely and in the best interest of the Nigerian nation, and it should not bring further insult to the sensibilities of Nigerians. Let the Chief Justice of the Federation act well, and the justices of the Supreme Court that are complaining against him, let them also act well. Let them know that they are the mirror at which Nigerians are looking at the society. Very well. A court in Abuja have just ruled to stop the INEC from ending the re-registration exercise. And that is expected because the issue of re-registrations of voters has to do, and it is in the heart of political participation. And that is why we should not make it cumbersome. I remember a retired military general was asking me fortnight ago, where can I have this registrations center here, around here? So INEC should do more and popularize those areas, those locations, and make it less cumbersome for our people to get registered. This is where we draw the curtain in this first broadcast this morning, but don't change the channel as more are coming for you, and we will be having 2 discussion segments. I remain your host, Ebenezer Oyetakin.